One of the biggest mistakes I made as a dog trainer in this holiday season, where it's not uncommon for Decembers to be relatively quiet for trainers, is I just kept doing the same thing I always did: host group classes and private lessons. Through some trials and errors over years, I discovered that the general population was quite hesitant to make a commitment to join a group class in December, which reasonably so. Now that I have a child, I understand how busy evenings can be. But anyways, I effectively tried to paddle upstream for years during these cyclical, slower seasons for dog trainers, like, for instance, summer and December's when it comes to group class enrollment. So through some efforts and tests, I realized that, the mistake really lied in that I kept doing what I always did. I didn't try anything different. I also didn't anticipate that, this is a quieter season, so maybe try something different to get a different result. So eventually I was like, okay, well, what do people need when it comes to dog training services, regardless of the season? Well, it's behavior support, some kind of private training or virtual or whatever, where it comes to challenges that you address outside of a group class, because these sessions, like private training and behavior consulting, are a lot more malleable with time, and they don't have to be taught on a certain 6-week curriculum or anything like a group class. It could be weekly, it could be bi-weekly, etc. There's a lot more flexibility with private training and booking, which is quite attractive in this season. But also, these people need help now. So what I started to do was put an additional emphasis on helping people realize that we could help with behavior training. And doing that in and of itself totally transitioned how Decembers were typically quite slow and not great for the bank account to where they became an average regular month, because my focus shifted, and I was able to adapt to the needs of our clients. With that, you might want to think about for yourself, if, hey, Decembers are quieter and your sales are less, or your client support is less because you just don't have anyone signing up for group classes, is you might want to consider, well, how can I promote myself, or whether it's social media or otherwise, and help people understand that, hey, we're still here for you, the client, prospective client, to help with, any kind of behavior problems that you are, able to support. And changing and shifting that focus could, prevent a seasonal slump in and of itself. Another consideration might be that if you typically do one and done sessions, it might be time to consider, hey, what if you started developing some composite training plans, is what I call them, which is essentially a series of private sessions to work through specific behavior challenges your clients might have. Some examples of what we do this for is like dog to dog leash reactivity, or stranger danger, fear, distrust, anxiety towards guests, and dog to dog issues within the same household. So those three are the most common, with some nuance. But those typically do very well with a training plan, but also are a lot longer term work. So you might only need 2 or 3 new clients for the entire month if they register or sign up for, let's just say a 60 or 90-day training plan. So keep that in mind. If you're, it's early in the month, but if you're like, typically Decembers are quiet, it might be time to shift and not be like me and paddle uphill if you find yourself not getting the traction you want.